Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining me this afternoon, taking time out of your busy schedules. I know that we all have things to do, especially on a Wednesday. But grateful that you've taken the time out to just spend 30, 40 minutes with me so that we can do a little bit of learning on things like AI. I'd like to start now so that we can get going, so I don't keep anybody up, and we can finish in time. For those of you who know me, I like to talk, so sometimes I forget the time, but I promise to try and stick to what has been allotted to me. I just want to share a screen quickly. Can I just check that everybody can hear me? That there's no problems with the sound? Can somebody just confirm? Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you. All right. Great. So thank you for all the thumbs up. It's always nice to know there's somebody on the other side there. All right. Let's go. AI, the administrative professional. Now, I put this screen on, this picture on specifically for a reason, because to me it says a lot. We have always been, as administrative professionals, we have always been the go-to people, the people who are supposed to be the fountain of knowledge and who know everything. And everybody in the team, your boss, your colleagues, everybody comes to you because you know it all. And sometimes you just don't know it all and you don't know where to turn or what to do. And you spend hours running around looking for answers for these people. And life has now changed. The go to person has a go to person. And that picture to me says it all. We have somebody sitting next to us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week that can help us work smarter, be more productive, be more efficient, and more knowledgeable. So that is how I would like us to start off this session, looking at that picture and saying, you know what? I'm not alone anymore. I have my own go to person. I have my own personal assistant, and life is wonderful. Thank you for joining me. My name is Dawn. I am the CEO of OPSA, the Association for Ops Professionals of South Africa. Um, I have decided to start these little webinar sessions, especially on the tech side, because it's something that we need to really grow into. We shouldn't be relying on IT people or other people to help us with technical stuff anymore. So, learning how to use AI is essential for us, not only in our roles, but for the future and for our careers. So, I want to just move over to the next slide, if it allows me, technology. Okay, if I look at this next slide, I want you to have a look at it. And what I aim to do out of the session today is get you to that moment where you can say, aha, now I understand. Now I know how technology can help me. And this is what I need to do in order to feel comfortable using it. Okay. So right now, if you have a look at the lady sitting there and she's saying, why should I care? And a lot of us, especially in the administrative professionals arena, still has this attitude, why should I care? What can technology do for me? What can AI do for me? I mean, really, I hear about it, people talk about it, I read a few prompts, I see some people do silly little things like ask how to grow the gardens in a flower, whatever. Why should I care? Why should I actually get involved in this? So we all start off sometimes with that attitude when something new comes up because we don't quite know what it can do for us or where we can go with it. So I'm hoping that through this session, I'm going to take those who feel that they are here at the why should I care stage, right to the bottom where they're starting to think of, hey, what can I do with this? Okay, how can I enhance my profession using AI? Now, I'm sure there's some of you already that have joined in who are already at that aha moment. If you are already at that aha moment, please give me a thumbs up where you know that AI is here to stay and it's actually something that you can use to your benefit. Anybody already had that aha moment? Thank you, Bonnie. I see a couple of thumbs coming up there. That's great, and I'm glad. So, if you have reached that aha moment, I hope that even by joining us on this webinar, you will learn some new things. And please feel free to share in the chat how it's helped you in the way you do things in the office. Um, it's really great if we can share because sometimes we just don't understand how other people use it, especially in the administrative industry. So please feel free to share in the chat. Going on from here as well, I just want to quickly ask you, um, I want to put a poll out here because what I have considered, AI is actually quite a big thing. And there are so many AI tools out there. And I would like to make a Tech Tuesday on a bi-monthly basis. So every second Tuesday, have a 30-minute Tech Tuesday webinar where we can discuss one specific AI tool and the cons and the pros and how we can use it in our role as administrative professionals. So if I can just put this poll out there, and if you would just give me an idea, would this be a good thing for you? Would it be something that you would like um, to join? If you could just give me an idea, because then from this moment onwards, I will then schedule Tech Tuesday webinars where we can concentrate on one specific AI tool so you get to know it all. In a session like this on 40 minutes, we don't really have enough time to go into it in depth and really get to know more of it. So if you can please just, I'm not sure if the poll is out there. I have submitted it. It doesn't look like it's working there. But all right, if you can just drop me a note then in the chat saying, yes, you would like a Tech Tuesday, that we can go through these things. Just want to check here. I see there's some people who, can I just have a thumbs up if you can hear me? Some people I see can hear. Okay. All right. I'm going to carry on then. All right. So I want you to, at the end of the session, feel like you've reached that aha moment where you're thinking, hey, hold on a second. This is my go-to person. This is how I can use it. And this is how I can be more effective in my role. Is AI a competitor or is it a collaborator? Okay, if we look at AI as a competitor, AI can automate certain jobs, leading to concerns about job loss in some industries. And this is an area where I think a lot of us sit and we think about it. We think, you know what, it's coming in, it's taking over the tasks that we do. Not all of them, only some of them. Where are we going to end up at the end of the day? The rapid advancement of AI may outpace the development of new skills in the workforce, creating a competitive environment. And this year, ladies and gents, is where you should be concentrating as well. That is why we keep saying to you, learn, learn, learn. Don't learn the same old things. Look at things like AI tools. What is AI? How you can become an AI champion. Keep ahead of the game. It's fairly new still. It's not that AI works 150% and can just take over. It's something new and it's still learning as well. So we actually learning along with it. So this rapid advancement, if you keep up to date with what's happening, then you're not going to feel threatened by AI. As a collaborator, AI can handle repetitive or time-consuming tasks, allowing humans to focus on creative and strategic work. And let's be honest, ladies and gents, there is some work that we can really hand over to somebody else more than willingly. Things like taking minutes. Okay. I mean, most of us don't like taking minutes. And now AI's here. We've got somebody to help us take minutes. So there are certain jobs that I would quite happily give over to somebody else to do. AI can provide insights, analysis, and suggestions, enriching our decision-making process. It can also give us ideas, things that we don't think of. Okay, so AI can inspire new ideas and solutions that humans might not have thought of on their own. And on that one too, sometimes you're just so tired, you had a long day of work, and you need to think of something silly like, it's the boss's birthday, and what can I buy him? Instead of sitting there racking your brain, ask AI for some ideas. Let them help you, and they give you ideas, and you think, oh, that's a good idea. Let me try that. So, if you look at it as a competitor or a collaborator, what can we do? We can use the strengths as a collaborator and address the challenges through education, through policy, and through ethical considerations. Okay, so it will not become a competitor as long as we keep up to date with what's out there, what tools there are to use, and how to use them. And I just want to stress as well, if you work in a company that is very much Microsoft related, don't forget that there are things like Google, and Google has their own AI and they have their own packages. Make yourself all rounders. Don't just stick to the things that you know in your company. Open your mind up to what other AI is out there and how it is used in another organization. Because remember, you might leave your organization and go to another one that uses a whole different set of AI tools. So it is good to be all rounders. Okay. Facts. Incorporating AI into your daily routine can significantly enhance your productivity. Now, from a personal point of view, I can tell you that I am 10 times more productive now than what I was before AI. I use AI very much as my go-to person for anything. If I've got it, I don't, if I sit and I think too long, I think, why am I thinking? Let me ask AI. And once I've asked AI and I've got a response from them, I can then build on that. And it's a great tool. And I'll show you how I use it. Leveraging AI tools to optimize your workflow can achieve outstanding results. The list of AI tools appropriate for optimizing workflow is growing. Ladies and gents, nearly every day there's a new AI tool coming out. Okay. There is so much competition out there at the moment to see who can make the better app. It's not even funny. So that is a fact. And if you don't keep on looking at what is out there, or when you hear about a tool, go and find out more about it because it might be something that you can use. So get that curiosity up to learn what is out there and how you can use it. And the last one, a fact. All AI platforms need a human who knows the best way to prompt them to return ideal results and to triple check they are accurate. AI is nowhere close to being able to do the job that you do. Okay, it can assist you and it can help you, it can collaborate with you, it can be your partner, but it still needs you. And this is where, as an administrative professional, you should be working on. You should be practicing to become a prompt engineer so that when people need things, you can do prompts that bring back the results that are needed. Okay, so we should be concentrating. How can we become prompt engineers? How can we use AI tools? AI prompts, my little logo up there, that is for AI prompts. Okay, doing prompts, and I'll explain to you or show you how they work a little later on. I just want to go through them. But an AI prompt is something that if you're using an AI tool, you have to give it instructions in order for it to give you what you need. And you have to be very specific about the way that you ask for the information. So doing a prompt is similar to driving a car. Think of a car. If you want to go somewhere, you got to open the door, you get in. You don't just get in, sit there, and the car goes. There's certain things that you have to do in order to get the car to work. Okay, you have to get in, you have to put your seatbelt on, you have to put the key in the ignition, you have to put your foot on the clutch, you have to put it into gear, you have to then put on the brake, then you start the car, then you're going to press petrol to actually get the car to go. So there's a set of instructions in order to get your car moving. Now, using AI, the prompts are the same. There are instructions that you need to follow in order to get the results that you want. Okay. You also got to remember that AI is not a real person. So it can't read between lines and it can't pick up nonverbal cues. It cannot see your body language, and even if it did, it couldn't interpret it. Okay, so you have to spell out what it is you require AI to do for you. And then the last thing here, when you put in a prompt, you might end up with output that needs tweaking. The biggest challenge is putting words into thoughts instead of relying on assumptions. Now, this is an area as well that I actually, when I see it, I kind of give a little bit of a giggle, because we are also quick to make assumptions. We ask people things with the assumption that they know what we are talking about. So, by learning how to write prompts for AI properly, you are starting to use things like your critical skills, your analytical skills, attention to detail. Because even I find now that when I put a prompt in, I'm training myself to be more aware that I'm given all the information and the correct information. And the more you do that, the easier it becomes. Every time I write an email, I make sure I have all the information. I don't make an assumption that the person knows what I'm talking about. So learning how to engineer your prompts is helping you build your skills as well. Like I say, things like your critical thinking, being open-minded, analytical thinking, your creativity, your attention to detail. So an AI prompt must have proper instructions. It must be clear and concise, and must tell you, excuse me, tell it exactly what you want it to return. There are so many AI tools out there at the moment. There's things like ChatGPT, there's Meta, there is Copilot. There's a whole lot that you can use. You can decide which one works for you. Okay. When you find one that works for you, learn how it expects you to give it a prompt. So do research on prompt tips for the AI tool you are using. Start with a basic prompt and build on it. So start with something small, see what answer you get, and then if it's not quite what you want, build on it until you can find out how you need to ask for information. So based on output, test the response from basic to more complex, see what is lacking or what kind of prompt is necessary to get the output you want. I remember when I started using it, I used to get very frustrated because I would just say, I want such and such. And it wouldn't give me all the information. And I would think, well, this thing is stupid. And then I would look at it carefully and I'd say, well, actually, I haven't asked it everything that I wanted. And I would have to rewrite it until I found one that worked. Okay. Then the next prompt I wrote, I made sure I had all that additional information in. Also add to what it needs. Sometimes when you start using it, you can actually ask it what it needs. So once you put in your prompt, you can say, explain your reasoning step by step, or walk me through your thought process, because then you can see how they work out to give you the response that it is giving you. That way you can learn what your AI tool wants. Build a library of prompts. Now this is a nice one. If you find a prompt that works for you, build a library of prompts so that you can build a library of prompts so that you can keep them, use them in the future. Now, I know a couple of companies already that what they do is once they got a prompt, they then take that prompt and they save it and they just make changes every time they want to use it again. They've got to make a small little tweak here or there, and they can reuse a prompt. So you don't have to rewrite the prompts over and over again. I found that particularly useful as well, because I would write a prompt and I would rewrite it and rewrite it till I got what I wanted. And then I would close the AI tool and my prompt was gone. Then I want to get that same information up again. I've got to remember how I set up that prompt. So try and build up a prompt library so that when you need a prompt and you can remember, oh, I did one like that the other day, you can go get that prompt again, copy and paste it into the AI tool, and you will get the result you want. Things not to do with your prompts. Don't be ambiguous. Vague prompts can lead to unclear or irrelevant responses. Be precise and specific. Don't overload. Don't give too much information. Don't use misleading context. don't make assumptions. We've covered that one. Um, Lack of iteration. Lack of iteration means failing to ask questions. That if you get an answer to what you want, ask another question. Keeping on asking questions until you eventually get what you need. Ignoring the format. Okay, saying, a prompt is just a prompt, and I'll just put in whatever. Or not using feedback. Look at the prompts that you've done previously. Ignoring feedback from previous responses also can stop you improving your prompt quality. If you did not get what you wanted from the prompt, then rewrite it, okay, looking at what it gave you the previous time. Okay, when putting your prompt together, okay, you've got to look at the style. Tell it what style you wanted it. Do you want it formal? Do you want it informal? Do you want it descriptive? Do you want it concise? Tell it what limitations and restrictions there might be, things like a word count. There must be no explicit content. It must be age appropriate. It must focus on a certain topic. It must be in a bullet points or a numbered list. Okay, how you want the information to be organized. Do you want it cause and effect, that if I do this, what will happen? Chronological order, comparison and contrast, hierarchical order, classification, importance, problem and solution, listing. Sorry, I've left a T out of there. And tabular. So tell it how you want the information to be organized. Also tell it the voice or the tone you want to deliver the message in. Do you want it active? Do you want it passive? Do you want it first person? Do you want it third person? Do you want it persuasive? Do you want it angry? Do you want it pleasant? Do you want it rude? I'm sure you get the idea. And the complexity level of the language. Must it be a simple language? Can it be advanced language? Okay. On my next slide here, you can see we have a sample prompt that says, summarize the slides 5 to 10 in this PowerPoint presentation from my boss that includes an overview of the main points before meeting with the client. Please format the main points as a bulleted list and use a professional tone. And you can see from that prompt, it's got a goal, summarize the PowerPoint presentation. It's got context for my boss. It includes an overview of the main points before meeting their clients. It must look at the source, slides 5 to 10 in the PowerPoint presentation. And the expectation is to format the main points as a bulleted list and to use a professional tone. So you can see that in that prompt, everything has been covered. So ladies and gents, we need to become really good in setting up good prompts, not making assumptions, making our messages clear and concise so that it cannot be misconstrued for anything else. Okay. One thing to note though, please, if you're using AI, and I think this has been said to you over and over again, so it's just a reminder that it can plagiarize. Okay, it goes off onto the internet and it finds articles from everywhere, stuff that has disclaimers on it, and it uses it. So it's very important that if you're going to use it, you check the sources. Now, I see, I've noticed a lot of the AI tools nowadays actually give you the source where it finds the information. You got Perplexity AI, and I know on Copilot, it tells you, it gives you the website where you got the information from so you can go and check. But please be aware that it is pulling out information that might not belong to it and that you need to check it. When you get stuff from your AI tool, you are purely getting it as a draft or to give you an idea. You need to change it. You add your own angles in it, you revise it, you add in stories, you add in stuff in it to make it yours. Never just copy and paste and use as is. I added this slide in because it's actually a little bit of a giggle. It's from somebody who uses AI on a full-time basis. They're content writers, and they actually have their own library of prompts. They have somebody who sits and who sets up prompts on them to make sure that when they do their research on certain companies or clients, that they get the information they need in order to write their content. Okay, so the top part you can see there with the little pen next to it, that was the actual prompt. Nothing like what I would use, but yes, that's their prompt. And underneath it, you can see that AI returned and said, we help food and beverage companies cut down time and improve production efficiency. Our software analyzes real-time equipment data to reduce waste, lower cost, and boost output. Clients have reduced unplanned stops by 70% and saved thousands monthly. Now, their content writers are very much into checking everything that AI tells them. They never take it for granted that AI has given them the correct information. And in this case, they wrote, where are you getting the 70% from? And the AI tool answered, good catch. The 70% reduction in unplanned stops was not in the original example, so I shouldn't have added it. Here's a corrected version based strictly on the provided details. Now, I hope that gives you a little bit of an example that AI is not always right, number one. Number two, that you need to check the information that it gave you. You can see it's quite a little cheeky comment here at the bottom where it says good catch. So there are drawbacks to using the AI tools, but there are also a lot of pros to using it as well. I'd like to just quickly go through some AI tools that are out there at the moment. Microsoft 365 Copilot, I'm sure most of you have heard about it, and hopefully some of you are using it already. It's really great to work with. It integrates smart AI capabilities into Office apps, your Word, your Excel, your Outlook, and your PowerPoint. There's Grammarly and Callbot, AI writing assistance for grammar, tone, and clarity. Ensures your communications, whether emails, reports, or meeting notes, are precisely written and professional. There's AI power scheduling assistants like Calendly, XI, and Clara. It helps you with your scheduling in your calendars, saves you time, reduces duplicate bookings. There's things like Otter AI, MeetGeek, Fireflies. I know I let quite a few MeetGeeks into the meeting this morning. All right, which are great. And I must be honest that out of those three, for me, MeetGeek is the best. It's the most accurate. It really gives great reports from a meeting if any of you ever want to try it. But it provides reliable documentation of discussions. You don't have to scribble notes down, and it ensures all key points are recorded. And you could actually take the minutes that it sends you, put it into Word, and you could ask Copilot, or you can put it into your Meta or whichever one you use, Gemini, and you can say to it, please just give me the main points in bullet form, and it'll do it for you. Okay, there's Notion AI, which is an enhanced workspace for organizing projects and notes. There's loads of those going around. There's Zapier, automation tool connecting various apps. There's Asana and Trello with Butter, which are project management tools enhanced with AI power. There's your AI assistants, ChatGPT, there's Meta, there's Gemini, there's a whole pile of them. There's Claude that you can use. Find the one that works for you. Okay, I like to use Meta, which is really great. It gives me good answers, and we are on quite a friendly terms. And Copilot, I've been using a lot of Copilot because I'm very much a Microsoft fan. So I've been using Copilot, and I'm very impressed with the way that they work as well. But your AI assistants act as a creative partner to overcome writer's block and quickly produce drafts that you can fine tune. Another AI tool that is very useful is XMind AI. I actually watched a webinar with it the other day that was hosted by Productivity Pit Stop, and wonderful little brainstorming package. And you can go into it. There is a free version as well that you can test it out and see how it works, but you can go into it, you can put what your project is, and you can brainstorm from within the app. I was very impressed with it. And you know, when we say things like this as well, I give it to you. I remember specifically seeing on the chat in that webinar, somebody saying, oh, this is great. My daughter's getting married. This will come in very useful. So these tools can help you on your personal level as well as from a professional level in the office. Okay, there's Perplexity AI, which is a search assistant. It gathers factual information, obtains summaries, and explores topics through follow-up questions, saving you time. It's very much a research engine that can do research for you. There's Jasper, which is a writing assistant, assists with copywriting and creative task writing, saves time, allows for brainstorming, maintains consistency. And then you got things like Canva. It has AI features that help you create presentations, graphics, newsletters, flyers, marketing material. There's Vista Create and there's MS Designer, which are visual aids and creative designs that use AI tools. So there's quite a few tools out there. I mean, this list is nowhere near as many as what are actually out there. Now, our time is always runs so short. You think 45 minutes is long, but at the end of the day, it's not really that long. So what I want to do before we go into the end of the slides here is I just want to go in and I want to show you quickly and briefly how you can use your AI tool as well in your daily work that you do to make things easier. So I just want to come off here and I want to share another screen with you. Okay. And what I'm sharing with you now is an Excel spreadsheet. Now, why I particularly picked on Excel for the first one is because I know that some of us really don't like Excel. We don't like the formulas and things like that. We don't want to learn them, formulas or functions. We don't know if they exist. We don't know where they are. We don't know how to get to them. Now, I've got a simple little spreadsheet here. And even if I just have basic knowledge of Excel, I can start doing things with this. Now, a favorite is if I look at my list of names here, I want to know if there are any duplicates there. What I can do is I can go into my Copilot. You can see I've got it on the side of my ribbon there. You might not have it already, but hopefully this is going to entice you to go to your IT and say, hey, excuse me, why don't I have Copilot on my ribbon? Where's my Copilot? I need it, okay? But I can open my Copilot and you can see already it comes up with ideas of things that I can do with this particular spreadsheet. But what I want to do is I want to check if there's any duplicate names in that column. So I can say, highlight the duplicate names in pink. It'll go away and do its thing. Okay, it comes back. You can see here, there's my instruction. It says, sure, looking at A1 to H26, he has one conditional formatting rule to review and apply. It tells me what it's going to do, and it says apply. I click on apply. And it goes ahead, and you can see I have 2 dawns in that list, and it's highlighted them in pink. Okay, quick and easy. I don't need to learn how to go to conditional formatting because I could do that, but then I would have to go conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, duplicate values, and put it in there. So instead of having to go through all that, I can simply ask the question. I can look at my spreadsheet and I can say, well, you know what? Actually, I would like to have another column on here that shows the fees outstanding. How many fees are, oh, sorry, let me just take that one out there. Okay, I want to add a column that says how many fees are outstanding. So I can go to my Copilot again and I can say, add a column that shows the fees outstanding. I can hit enter. And it does its thing. Okay, it comes up. If I have a look at the top here, it says to me, looking at A1G26, there's one formula column to show. Fees outstanding, it tells me what it does. It gives me the actual formula, and I can copy that formula and paste it into that column, or it shows me what the column will look like. It gives me insert, and you can see the minute I go over insert, it adds a column in there. It's a little bit insert. It puts a little gray column in there. It shows me. I can click on insert, and it adds in for me automatically. So there's no more trying to take which column must I add, which column must I subtract, how can I do it? It automatically does it for you. I can then say to it, highlight the outstanding, sorry, highlight the outstanding fees that are higher than 200 Rand in green. Once again, it comes up, it tells me what it's going to do. It's looking at it. It's going to look for the sell value greater than 200 Rand. It's going to apply it in green. I say apply, and it'll highlight it in green for me. Can you see how it just changes the whole way that you can work with Excel? No more trying to remember what formula should I use, how do I use it? So very, very smart. You can see as well, yeah, I have got a membership form, worksheets at least, and on this membership worksheet, it has a column for membership. Now I want this membership column to be on this spreadsheet. So instead of having to figure out how to do it myself, I can just ask. And just by the way, you have got a little microphone here, so you can switch that on and ask it and then send it and get the same result. Okay, using the membership worksheet, bring back the corresponding membership to the member number. And this is, ladies and gents, where you pray hard and hope it works. Right. If I have a look there, it tells me what it's doing. It gives me the formula that I can copy and paste into the column here, or I can go down. It tells me what it's going to do. I put my cursor on it. It brings up in a very light print what it's going to do. I can say insert column, and you can see it's taken the membership from here, and it has now moved it to my general column here. Quick and easy, no hassles. Just one quick one, another one in Excel, because I hope you're getting the idea of how Copilot can actually help you, or how your AI tool. Because even if you don't have it here on the side, you can go into your actual Copilot itself and you can ask it to do the same thing for you. Okay. I have an ID number in this column here, and I want to find out what the birth date is. I can say add a birthday column using the first 6 digits of the ID number. And you can see once again, it comes up. It has a look at my table. It says to me, here's a formula that you can use. I can either copy here and paste it, or I can insert the column and it'll do it automatically for me. How nice is this? This takes away all that learning. You don't have to be an expert at Excel anymore. All you have to do is know how to ask it the question. Okay. Now, as I said to you earlier on, I'm using Copilot just straight from my Excel worksheet, but you don't have to do that. If you don't have Copilot there, what you can do is you can use your normal ChatGPT, you can use your Meta AI, you can use your Copilot, you can use your Gemini, whatever, and you can ask it the same questions. Okay. So let me just stop sharing, and I want to share the whole screen with you. So I can just put my ChatGPT there as well. Okay, and if I bring up my Copilot now, I just want to put it onto a split screen so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, now I'm going to close my Copilot here. So yeah, I have my AI assistant. I'm using Copilot. You could be using ChatGPT. You could be using Meta. You could be using Gemini. And I can ask it questions about Excel as well. I'm going to put in a column here. And I'm going to say to it, I am working in Excel. And I would like to join column B and column C. What formula could I use? Okay, hi Dawn. Joining columns in Excel can be done with a simple formula called concatenate. Here's how you can use it, and it gives me the instructions. And it says to me, type the formula, concatenate B1, C1, this combines cells of C1, 2. Okay, if I take that. And I say copy, and I copy it into here. It gives me the wrong, there you go. Okay, I'm not sure why I put it there, but I think you get the idea of that it can actually work. I could have put it in column 1. I don't know quite know what I did there. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what I've done there, but you can get the idea that it will then join the columns together. So you can even use your normal AI assistant to ask questions about Excel. What I'm going to do is, let me just delete here. And I want to show you that even a little bit more complex questions. Okay, and I'm going to say, I have an Excel spreadsheet and I want to create a birthday column using the first 6 digits of the number in column E and format it as a date. It says I can help you with this. Okay, and it actually gives me extract the first 6 digits and then how to do the date. So if I say copy and I say paste, and it doesn't work. It's Murphy's Law. It worked fine this morning and now it doesn't work. Format it. Okay. All right, I don't want to waste time yet, but it does actually work and bring back the date for you. I'm not quite sure. I have an Excel spreadsheet. I want to create a birthday column using the first 6 digits of the number in column E and format it as a date. It did not work. Can you give me another formula? Okay, that looks a little bit more hopeful. No, not quite. Okay, I'm not going to waste time because I want to show you other things, but you get the idea of how you can use it. So even if you have an error in Excel, you can copy your entire function that's giving you the error into your AI assistant. You can say, this is the formula I'm using. What have I done wrong? This is what I'm trying to do. What have I done wrong? I've used it very successfully with very complex formulas, and I've been really impressed at the results. Saves me time, saves me phoning somebody to find out how do I do it, all the stress of can I do it, or when can I do it, how can I do it. It just takes that edge off, that urgency when you have to do something. So I promise you it does work. As I said, I don't want to labor too long on this because there are other things I want to show you as well. Now I'm going to just close my worksheet here. Now I've opened up my Copilot here. As I say, I use Copilot quite a bit. I find it quite useful. I also like to use Gemini. Not Gemini, Meta. Meta is also very nice to use as an AI assistant. But what I want to do here is when I go into some webinars and I look at things like the prompts that they use in that, I always look at it and I think, oh, I'm never going to use that prompt. They give you lists and lists of prompts that you can use. And I think, I'm never going to use those prompts. I want it to be specific to the work that I do. Somebody comes and asks me a question, how am I going to do it? So I just want to give you some quick examples here. I'm going to copy this one here from my Word where I've saved it. And I want to go to my Copilot and I'm going to copy it in there. And what it is, my boss is traveling from Johannesburg to Zurich on the 16th of April 2025. He'll be returning to Johannesburg on 27 April for a business trip. Can you tell me what travel requirements are for people traveling from South Africa to Zurich? Contact details of Home Affairs or embassies for both countries. Can you recommend 3 hotels where he could stay with their website addresses and taxi companies that he can use, as he does not like to drive? He would like to take his clients out for dinner on 27 April 2025. Can you recommend 3 restaurants? He would also like to purchase a gift for his wife. Can you recommend where he could go to buy a gift? Can you see how I've added everything in? Now, when your boss comes to you and asks you something, you listen carefully for all the details. You take those details and you come and you say, my go-to person, please help me. And he says, sure, let's break this down step by step. Gives me the travel requirements, the contact details. Plus, if I click on there, I go to their websites. He gives me hotels in Zurich, gives me the taxi companies and their numbers, restaurants where we can go for dinner, gift shops in Zurich that your boss can go to buy gifts. So there is already a lot of the groundwork taken away from you that you would run around thinking, now, how do I find this information out? Quick and easy, gives you the links, you can go double check, and you can book for it. Another example, let's just copy this one over. I'm an administrative assistant, and clients from Austria will be attending a meeting at our offices in Johannesburg. I'd like to make them feel welcome. What are cultural differences and how could they expect to be treated when they visit? Are there any particular seating arrangements I should be aware of? I asked my go-to person, absolutely, Dawn. Cultural differences and expectations, seating arrangements, so that I have it all there before the clients come. Now, these are things that make you look more professional in your job. It also adds knowledge to your knowledge. Okay, I've heard a lot of people say, yes, but these kind of things make you lazy. In fact, it's made me anything but. It's made me more knowledgeable. It's made me more curious because now I know I can ask a question and I'm going to get an answer. So it certainly does not make me lazy. I have got another one here. We quickly look at this one. I'm an administrative professional and I have an Excel database with the details of members of the association. I'd like to be able to send them all a welcome letter giving the details of their membership. I use Excel, Word, Outlook, and Adobe. What process could I use that will allow me to create the letters and email them automatically using Adobe so that each person receives a personalized letter? And I say, please go to person, and it starts giving me step by step how I can do a mail merge and how I can automate the process with Adobe. So no more do you have to sit at your desk and think, I've got this task to do. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Maybe I should go ask IT. No, you look at it and you say, I've got this task to do, never done it before. Let me ask my go-to person, how I can accomplish this job. So it's quick and it's easy. And like I said, I've heard many people, oh no, it makes you lazy. It doesn't. It really doesn't make you lazy, but it's making you save time from running around from person to person looking for forms. Um, Ladies and gents, I see I've gone a little bit over time here. Are you okay if I just go on for a few more minutes? If I can get thumbs up? Okay. Hopefully you're finding it interesting enough just to want to go on for another 5 or so minutes. Great stuff. All right, that's basically your AI assistant. And this is the reason why I asked you earlier on in the meeting, should we have 30-minute sessions where we can say AI and Excel, AI and PowerPoint, um, AI and Outlook, so that we can get to know how to use it in all the different packages. This is how we use Canva. This is how we use XMind AI. This is how we use Grammarly.com. And I'm happy to do that because it's a great learning curve for all of us. Word also, Word is wonderful. If I open my Word now, it automatically comes up and it asks me, what do I want to do here? And it gives me my co-pilot here. Now, as a facilitator who's asked to put together programs or courses, it could take me a day and a half to sit down, draw up an outline, think of everything that should be added in and that. No more. I can go here. I can go. I'm getting nervous because of time now. Let me go to Copilot and I can say, I'm a facilitator for administrative professionals and I need to put a program together on assertiveness for administrative professionals. Help with a course outline. And I can say go. Okay, my go-to person is happy to help me out. You can see he's busy doing it there. Does the outline meet my needs? I can read it and I can check it and say I'm happy with it. I can say insert, and there you go. I have a course outline for assertiveness for office professionals. Okay, I can look at it and I can say, oh, introduction to assertiveness. And I can say, write a prompt. Can you give me an extra 3 bullet points? And I can say generate. Okay, it's given me an extra 3. There it is there. It says, do I like it? Can I replace it? I can say replace, and it automatically replaces. Now that you can do as well. If you're writing a document and you don't like the way you've written a specific paragraph, you can go and highlight it, ask Copilot, rewrite this paragraph, and it will rewrite it for you. And that is how nice it is to use Word as well. It summarizes your documents. You can ask it if you've got minutes of a meeting, you can say summarize the minutes of the meeting in bullet format, and it will just give it to you in bullet format. You can say, tell me what the decisions were made, and it will give you just decisions. So you can see that AI is very powerful in all these packages. In PowerPoint, same thing. You can go and you can ask it to generate slides for you. I'll go back into my PowerPoint here. Not sure if it's, there you go, it's coming up on your screen. I can go to Copilot. And just like I did in Word, where I asked it to do a course outline for me, I can say create a presentation about assertiveness for administrative professionals. I can say generate. Guys, I hope you're getting an idea of how powerful AI is in the work that you do. It's not just for writing emails in a polite way or a friendly way. It's not just for the tiny little things. It's actually a lot more powerful than that. Okay, it's given me slides here. I can go through them and I said, fine, that's cool. I like those. Now you can do this as well. If you have your slide outline in a Word document, you can put it into here and it can automatically create your slides for you. I'm going to quickly just show you. Let's do this last one. It puts my slides in for me. And of course, because we're time constrained, it will take a little bit of time. Right, it's giving me a presentation. It's put pictures in. I can go into the presentation. I can change the slides. If I don't like the slides, I can, oh, that's a very nice one. I can change the slides. I can change the pictures. I can say, okay, let's take this picture out. Let's go to our Copilot. And we say, can say, give me an image of a person shouting. A little bit unrelated to the slide there, but let's do that anyway. And what it does, it goes and it uses the Microsoft Designer to actually create an image for us. And it'll give us here, let's say we like that picture. We can say insert, and our picture's in the slide. So you can go back and you can change the slide. This guy's cleaning his teeth. Wonderful. Okay, so you can go back into the slides and you can actually make changes to the pictures and that they've got. In PowerPoint, there's also something called Designer, where it will also look at your slides. I'll pick this one, and it'll give me design ideas. So even if you've got blank slides with no pictures or whatever, you can go and get a design idea from the side here. And this is all AI driven. So I've now spoken way past my time, as I usually do. But we've gone through quite a bit, but I'm hoping that I have shown you enough to make you think, hold on a second, you know what? AI can actually save me time. You can see how quick I was able to do things in Excel, in Word, in PowerPoint. Didn't take me long. Things that would take me a good half an hour, 30 minutes, are taking me 10 minutes. All right, so I encourage you to go and play with these things and do it. Please, as I asked earlier in the meeting, if you would like Tech Tuesdays, where you can come in and for 30 minutes, we can go through one tool at a time so that you can get familiar with all the tools out there, please let me know. Or if there are any other topics that you would like me to cover, please let me know in the comments as well so that I can then put webinars together so that we can learn together, because that's what it's about, learning and growing together. Before I end off, a great learning tool for me is YouTube. Kevin Stratford, Leila Girani, Lisa Crosby, Productivity Pit Stop, Teacher Tech have great videos, and they're no longer than 10, 15 minutes on how you can use AI with the software that you have, how you can make your day more productive. And I often make a cup of coffee, come sit down and just watch a quick video, but learn something. Do that for 15 minutes every day. That's 5 things a week that you learn. In a month, that's 20 new things that you learn. So these are great YouTube sites to go on. They're quick, they're easy, and they are relevant to you as an administrative professional. And I'd like to encourage you to become the AI champion of you in your team, in your department, in your organization. Because if you can become the AI champion, okay, you're going to be showing increased efficiency. You're going to increase your skills. Skills development will be huge. You can strategically contribute to your team and to the organization. People will notice you. Hey, this is a go to. If you need to know anything on the AI, hey, go to so and so because they know it all. They can do it. This is how you add value to your organization and your company. This is how you stand out and be noticed. Okay, by becoming a pro at using AI. Okay, it's good for innovative problem solving. It's great for enhanced communication. So I encourage you, become the AI champion in your department. Become a prompt engineer, one of the best that are out there that everybody knows. If they want something, go to that person. If that you want to know about an AI tool, go to that person because they work efficiently. They contribute to the strategic contribution to make strategic contributions to my organization. They can solve any problem. They are my go-to person in capital letters. So with that being said, if I have a look at the same slide as we started off with at the beginning, have I helped some of you reach that aha moment if you hadn't reached it before? I hope so. And I hope I've encouraged you to go out there and to look a little more at what's available to you and how you can use it. If there are any questions, I'm happy to take questions. I know I have gone way over time, 15 minutes.